Webcam is super dark. Hello. Welcome to another joust stream. Today we have a double header. It's gonna be Sam versus NightmeH and Pat versus MSN. Maybe I should have had those. It's gonna be both replays. I haven't had time when they were live, so it's gonna be a bit of an interesting little thing here. Let's go. Got the first match here. All ready to go. Alright, welcome to another edition of the Joust. We have here in the color red playing as the Abbasid Dynasty. It is NightmeH, already with a very interesting mill placement. I can tell this was done very fast, and I didn't really care for placement. On the other side here in the color yellow, it is Sam, going by the name of the camp, so I'm gonna call him Sam. You go look at the bracket, and then look into the graphics we have. That's the name he's gonna have. So that's what I'm calling him here in the Abbasid as well. So it's an Abbasid mirror match. It's probably the most rock, paper, scissors mirror match, because they can go into any playstyle and do it well enough that if you counter it, you should have a very good leg up. That's going to be very interesting to see here. On the other hand, for now, we have mill house and mining camp. That's very good. We have the same Battles of Wisdom already built for NightmeH. And I'm going to say this right now as we observe who gets the most amount of sheep here. Doesn't really matter that much, the order at which you do things, as long as you build everything with one villager. Because as you can see, the worker efficiency is very much even, slightly higher for NightmeH actually. Probably due to some weird walking distances and such. But point being that it doesn't really matter the order in which you build things. Some people claim like percentage of the economy stuff, but that's important for later for a few other things like collecting relics. And getting your TC up as soon as possible, because then you're gonna have like a larger amount of workers in a larger amount of time. Things like that. For the order of the buildings here as Abbasid, doesn't matter much. You're gonna spend that amount of worker time on building everything. So as long as you're never housed, and as long as you maximize walk times, you should be fine. On the other hand, we just saw Sam's scout pass by, so NightmeH won't get too many sheep, but this is 9 sheep for Sam. That's a very good sheep haul. And yeah, look at that, all of it very compact. Space for farms, not really a huge thing here. So, we're gonna have eco versus military wing. That's very interesting. The military wing can be very effective at stopping a town center going up, and this is what it looks like it's gonna be. You have the villager here coming to the stone! The stone being, like, it's not really in the front of the base. This is the front of the base, right? But it's to the side here, close enough to the gold where NightmeH will look for it for sure. And NightmeH aged up just ever so slightly faster. That's the 0.1%. That's, yeah, the 0.1% of worker efficiency right there. So don't forget the military wing. As soon as you age up, it gives you 2 spears and 2 archers. And you can also eventually research boot camp. So the tags have changed. There's a lot of things that have changed here in the latest patch that we haven't taken a look at yet. 9 workers on stone. This kind of tells me it's 3 TC, which makes sense. But if NightmeH here makes a stable, that's what I really want to see. I want to see a stable right now. Then he can gather a massive amount of advantage here. Oh, and he's building a stable! I look like I have an 8-ball right there telling me what to say here, but no, this is the nature of this matchup. It's very rock, paper, scissors because like a military wing, very aggressive strategy can work really well. We've seen from berries all across the joust, but also Eco Wing has been meta for a long time, and Culture Wing Fast Castle is something that they can do as well. But yeah, the units are getting there. They can't really get, or they shouldn't really get distracted by the scout there, and this is why you gather from berries before going to the sheep. Yeah, so Sam has stone for 1 town center. So let's switch over to his view to see the exact cost. Costs 210 stone, so he needs 420. For the 2 town centers, looks like it's just gonna be 1 extra town center. 2 town center play, yeah, going this hard into it, I don't really like it. Oh my, this is military! This is military! Oh my god, you collected so much stone already! Might as well commit and play with a larger economy here. Yeah, but Sam is making military buildings. Could be a bit of a strategic mistake here. And stable range as well. Yeah, NightmeH could actually go horsemen and spears and have a bit of a leg up. It's very hard to pick the spearmen off when they are massed up. So let's go back home, and he builds a blacksmith. He has a range too. Okay, so this is going to be a mirror in terms of army compositions as well. But Sam is very far behind. Sam is very far behind, and he might even get himself into a position where he doesn't have enough food. Oh, killing the wolf. That's just... what an arbitrary thing to have to do. Yeah, don't dive the town center with only 2 horsemen. But, yeah, NightmeH here has gotten himself into a very interesting position. Sam, in my opinion, like, this town center is too late. There was nothing he did with this army up to this point. And he's not even keeping up with the army, so it's really not that good. And the villagers here are well within town center range. Or are enough within town center range to where you can't really deny the town center. You might be able to kill 1 or 2 villagers, but that is not enough. That is not enough to justify anything like this. So, golden age tier 1. What I meant to say there. Massive army here for NightmeH. NightmeH needs to go ham here on the army. He can't let up, and he's gonna make enough pressure here to really force Sam into making farms very, very early, and just basically run out of resources. This is very smart. This leaving units over here on the deer is very smart. This is a very good wall from Sam. It will prevent the horsemen from just running around, especially around that town center. So yeah, for Sam here is just using the larger economy, and hopefully eventually get into a situation where the economy pays off, and he can outpower NightmeH. But he's gonna have to do that with a little bit of tech as well. but he doesn't have gold, so that's going to be very hard to do. So either he really just makes more trash units than NightmeH, because NightmeH has access to gold, he has access to faster sources of food, or he tries to do, just tries to, like, pack a bigger punch. Yeah, I like the double down on the range here. I like the double down on the range. As we all know, defending in the city is such a big thing, as we saw in Kenki versus Lewis during this week of the joust. I hate plugging the other matches here, but sometimes you have to. But archers are very good at defending in these clumped up spaces. They're always attacking, and melee units have a grand old tough time. Ooh, Sam sacrificing a villager? Not even sacrificing a villager. That's a very good wall. It will prevent just raids from happening around here, where you would be taking like a couple arrows worth of damage. Instead, you have to take such a big trip. It's basically it's not worth it. And Sam starts with the first few farms, because he's already like he got 16 sheep. That's not a bad amount. Oh, and that is a... yeah, it's going 1-1-1, but with 2 ranges. That is very interesting indeed. Not using the blacksmith, a bit of a mistake there on NightmeH's part. But he is getting his eco upgrades, and eco upgrades are really where I think he can shine. Oh, there's a tower here by the berries. That's very well done by Sam. But NightmeH can push this. He can punish the turtle attempt here from Sam. And if he ever gets ranged armor I think is key here. In this matchup, this can be really devastating. Going for a battering ram instead, I don't know, NightmeH not really far enough ahead where this ram can really deal any kind of devastating damage. There are 2 towers here though, so the ram might actually come in handy after the first wave of enemies is defeated, but this is enough army from Sam to where all of the defenses here will matter. There we go, there's range armor. Beautiful range armor. Oh, so I'm going for camel archers. I really like the addition of a single camel archer here, just to nerf the horseman. Oh, excuse me. And we're gonna get Golden Age Tier 2 very soon here from NightmeH. Villagers construct buildings a little bit faster. Yes, I'm even destroying the lumber camp just to make space. He has space over on this side though. This is free. Like, this area here is free real estate for him, but Sam needs to do something, but I don't really know what he can do. He only has a 6 worker advantage. That's not a major advantage, but he's gonna try and punch the TC. Only 2 rams. NightmeH has enough wood to make another ram, and not really be in a position where he's gonna lack any resources. The town center is not a very good... the second town center, I mean, is not a very good defender. It's an okay defender, but it used to be very good until they nerfed it, so... Ooh, you really don't want melee units or even workers getting into this ram. But if NightmeH fights too much here, the main town center is powerful. Ooh, this TC I don't think is long for this world, but Sam has to fight this, and the archers here in the city should provide some good, very good defense, especially since I don't know what's going on with NightmeH. The whole army isn't here, so this could actually be the kind of strategic blunder he needs. But all of those workers are gonna die, and they're not gonna save the town center. Ooh, so things are very even right now. Only 2 workers killed, but 2 more there. 3 workers killed. Ooh, and the big raid here on the woodline on the other side. That, I think, might actually make it very difficult for Sam to get back into the game. Those rams did their jobs very well, but NightmeH paid a heavy price. If you look at the destroyed value, it's very heavy towards Sam here, and he's gonna destroy 250 resources worth in this ram. Ooh, the scout is dead. Those sheep are gonna go to Sam, and he really needs them. That's what's insane about this. Oh, he's building a mill to take the farm. Have you ever seen anyone do this? Wow, killing the sheep. Imagine that. Alright, the ranged armor is gonna make a big difference against these unupgraded archers. That's only 4 damage. they're gonna deal to the other archers, and it's 2 damage they're gonna deal to the horseman per arrow. I think Sam can now, yeah, he can start taking the gold, he can stabilize, we have equal army counts, and you have a slightly economic edge. The main issue I see for Sam here is that he doesn't have any upgrades, and the NightmeH is even almost Castle Age. And he has the faster food sources. He's going on berries, very fast for Abbasid, of course, and on the deer as well. Didn't take, oh, and he spots this deer! No way! He spots this deer! Probably just looking to the map and saw the deer being dead, right? If you swap over, like, you actually see on the map the deer being dead, but I don't think he had scouted this side. That is a lot of workers, all of that advantage that Sam had is gonna disappear, and he had these deer. Alright, picking off the spears, that's one way for you to kind of win this. There are a lot of archers in this mass here, but now he's 2 workers behind on slower food sources as well. Not looking good for Sam here. Despite the slight army advantage, I think NightmeH played this one pretty well. Here, there's a horseman over here on the south side of the map. Don't know how much that will matter, but yeah. NightmeH can age up, and is going to age up with the culture wing. Getting those stacks a little bit cheaper. Can make a big difference. I guess it could have gone eco-wing, but that only really makes sense when you're really out of food and you really want to maximize the impact of those farms early on. But at this stage of the game, I think NightmeH just plays. He just keeps playing on one town center. You're on even grounds with your opponent, so yeah, just gotta keep on making army, keep on making a decently sized push here. Already started with the farm transition. That's something that I really appreciate about this. But I don't know why the army's back home. NightmeH need to keep the foot on the gas. Alright, there we go. 1 worker kill for Sam. Unfortunately, that horseman is gonna die, but he can waste time. He's giving Sam the opportunity to rebuild and to really get a lot of army going. But as soon as NightmeH gets like 4 knights or 4 lancers, I guess, or like 8 Gulam, Sam doesn't really have anything that he can do here to punish this. Sam though needs houses. Where are the houses getting built? Sam is building walls that he desperately needs, by the way, but no houses, and he's on 90 for 90. Alright, we've gotten ourselves a culture wing, and this is going to be a big Gulam timing push. Doesn't even get the other upgrades for the other units that he has, and it's just Gulam. And to fight Gulam, you already needed so many camel archers that I don't think that in itself would have been worth it. Or you needed to be closer to the age up so that you could get yourself some crossbowmen. Crossbowmen are really good against Gulam, as they are against other men-at-arms units, of course. Alright, these archers should deal with the horsemen really effectively, and only one worker down for NightmeH. The early game really favored NightmeH, and he's already aged up. That's really, really good. And as soon as that attack comes in, it's gonna be so good for NightmeH now. He's gonna save so much gold. Especially gold. The other resources are good to save as well, but it's gonna be so much gold saved. He's already making a monk. Really like that, an imam, I guess, right? Yeah, an imam. So he's getting a couple of lancers here. Most importantly, these Gulam. These Gulam are just so good. They take 1 damage per shot from these armor. No, 2 damage. Right? They have they have 5 armor. They take 1 damage. So it's gonna be just so hard. Look at how tanky they are. But you need units. NightmeH needs to push with a decently sized mass. Otherwise, it doesn't really matter like how little damage they take. It's they will still die. Sam going up with administration wing. It's no longer the trade wing, it's the administration wing. Grand Bazaar is even later, wow. I should actually learn the new House of Wisdom here. And it's gonna make Ghulam as well, it seems like, but yeah, too little too late here. There's 11 Ghulam out on the field already for NightmeH, and this means that Sam is gonna work with only 267 gold for the time being, and it's gonna take him forever to kill anything. In the meantime, the Ghulam keep trickling in. Time was of the essence. What? Spears? No! Spears are so bad against Ghulam. So if Sam got crossbow and his own Ghulam, but he needed gold for that. That's true. Alright, Sam reaches Castle Age. So, city planning, health, and the work rate for each adjacent similar buildings. That seems like it's very interesting, but no time to theory craft those upgrades here. Sam really doesn't... Like, he saved the gold for the archer upgrade, but NightmeH is getting all of the other upgrades, and this is starting to look so devastating. But still, the destroyed value is kind of even, yeah, and... Sam notices that there's nothing he can do. He can't kill the Ghulam fast enough, and that's going to be game number 1 going for NightmeH. Alright, that was fun. Let's go see what game number 2 holds in store. Feels good to be streaming again. I had a few rough days. Felt like weeks, honestly. Very little time to really do anything else. But today I got some time. Got some time here in the good old evening. Welcome everybody to game number 2 of the series between here in the red playing as the Knights Templar. It is NightmeH. On the other side, in the purple, it is Sam playing as the Roos. Yeah, this is King of the Hill, where Roos has a very interesting advantage that you don't have in many other maps then. It's one people sometimes think about, sometimes they don't, and it's these hunting cabins that are just so opposition. And because of this like little patch of a forest around the hill. So this is King of the Hill, a map that's very much centered around this sacred site usually, and the fact that most of the golden stone is situated on this hill. So on the center of the hill, they're supposed to have, I think, 2 big golds and 2 big stones, but this big, I think it's this big gold that's supposed to be the center one. And there's also 1 big gold on the outer ring of the hill. Like this section over there. There's also 2 packs of deer. And then on the outside you have the berry patches. You have another 2 packs of deer. And you have a few small stones and a few small golds. Looking at the sheep here, NightmeH with 14 sheep. Already battling with scouts. Not really worth it at this time, though. Yeah, and for NightmeH, if he just takes the path here, he's gonna get all the sheep because he's ahead in the race, so that's good for him. For Sam, though, he does have 2 scouts. Let's see where they both are. So one of them is here in the center, the other one is chasing. Stop chasing now. Oh, there are no sheep here, unfortunately. So NightmeH seems like he's gonna win the sheep war for the time being. Yeah, there should still be sheep somewhere around this location. I can't see them though. So yeah, the Knights Templar is one of those civs, much like the Abbasid that we've seen before. You really have to commit to your strategy. very early in the game, because yeah, you have to commit to one of the houses or one of the kingdoms that supports the Knights Templar. I suppose. So it's very interesting in that way. Yeah, NightmeH gonna make what to me should be a no-brainer in terms of strategy, which is getting Stone right away to make a fortress in the center of the map. Because that sacred site holds the double distinction of not only being the win condition, but also being the way that Knights Templar can generate so much gold via the Pilgrim's mechanic. Yeah, NightmeH gonna age up with the Knights Hospitaller, so the Knights of the Hospital. The Knights Hospitaller, of course, was another military order that participated in the Crusades. Known for starting out as the Order of the Hospital, they would tend to injure pilgrims and so on, but later on they would become a holy order, much like the Knights Templar were, and a bunch of other orders like the Order of Christ and so on. So what's very interesting here, they operated mostly in the Holy Land, unlike the Knights Templar who operated all over Europe. There's even a rumor that their treasure, they had significant treasure, and it is buried on Oak Island. That's just a piece of trivia here for you guys at the start of this game. Yeah, we are gonna get the Golden Gate age up here for Sam. Yeah, look at that. Sam already with 2 hunting cabins. They don't intersect anywhere. There's no Venn diagram of death here. And this one 37 trees. And this one over here on the side 36 trees. Just insane. The Golden Gate, of course, gets you favorable 1.5 to 1 trades. So you're getting per 100 resources that you sell, you get 150 under these limited tickets. Second town center, very fast here for NightmeH. I really thought he was going to go for a maybe very fast. Oh, look at that! Sam catches that and then lures the deer. But all of the deer except for this one are in a very good position. This one should get killed fast here, I guess. But yeah, very decent position here for NightmeH. My one strife here is you know your opponent is a ruse, right? So you know Sam is a ruse. He's gonna make knights, and an exposed second town center like that, like I get it, you want to have that fast food, but you really need to defend it now. Really need to defend that expansion. It's I don't know if NightmeH is gonna be able to right at this moment. Oh, look at that, this mining camp is almost destroyed. Sam is running circles around these mini objectives with NightmeH, but I really want to see now. Oh, Sam is gonna take, there you go, he's gonna take some deer. Now I want to see that stable getting thrown down by Sammy. I don't think aging up for him really is gonna be that good. For NightmeH, he needs to be able to find a way to age up himself while being on the defensive here. He's gonna make a barracks. The barracks are gonna enable him to make those Knights Hospitaller. The Knights Hospitaller, Hospitaller Knights, not Knights Hospitaller. Why don't they show up here? He clearly, oh, because I am on Sam's POV. I am sorry about that. So yeah, they're basically like a slightly weaker men-at-arms, but they heal other units around them. So if my theory is that there's a sweet spot of amount you want to have of these Knights Hospitaller before they become too much and just heal without dealing any damage. Oh, NightmeH is making loads of units. Sam here. All right, range, double range. Oh, he's gonna age up. Oh, Sam is gonna age up. He's gonna age up and make a bunch of horse archers, which absolutely plays around with NightmeH's trying to do. Horse archers are very fast. They have very high attack. Very unexpected, if you ask me. It's at least very unexpected on the strengths that, like, Bruce really, they usually really want those knights. But in here, like, you see what your opponent's doing? Yeah, you're making these spearmen, and Spearmen are much better now after the recent DLC that really changed them around. It's just, to me, it's just very, very unfortunate that, yeah, Sam is keeping his scouts very active. That's one thing I'm liking about his gameplay. He's keeping his scouts very active. He's trying not to let NightmeH forget that he's playing someone else, right? Instead of just aging up to Castle Age and making a bunch of knights here. Whereas, like, Sam is already close to aging up. And this corner here is a very good position, but also maybe, I don't know, maybe here for the High Trade House. But he might not actually want the High Trade House. The High Trade House might be overkill. He goes for the High Trade House anyway. I think it is overkill in the gold front. I like it. I like it, and I think it is the better landmark. But I also think that the other landmark, the monastery landmark, would also be a pretty good one for this kind of game, where like getting that sacred site early and then forcing your opponent to play at home would be so important here. NightmeH is relatively close to the age up, but it's like it's gonna take him like 2 minutes of gathering resources and then a bunch of age up time. I really don't see the age up being fast enough to really get the units you need to counter what your opponent's doing. But there are a lot of spears here, and no knowledge of knights. Only knowledge of scouts here. Yeah, but we have a range. Range is pretty good. Usually spears and crossbows do really well against knight-based compositions. Yeah, Sam is in Castle Age already, and I fully expect to see those horse archers getting drawn right away. There we go. Sam, I think, still benefits a little bit from the gold. From the free gold that he's gonna get. But obviously those horse archers, like, they're so good and they're so free. Yeah, NightmeH doing a good job defending here. This wolf is just putting in a lot of work for Sam. But yeah, walls are very effective against horse archers. I don't think NightmeH really understands what's going on here. So he saw that. That's good. So he knows it's horse archers coming. And that's why he's making the walls. But NightmeH needs to age up, and he doesn't have the gold. He's making a barracks. Barracks? I don't know about barracks. You really need the archers. Archers, maybe Archer Horsemen would be a good counter to this. Just forcing Sam to really micro out of his mind. But the first few horse archers are coming. And the front of the base, this is still open. But the side here is closed. Oh, but if NightmeH... Like, he's gonna have to sacrifice these scouts that... Okay, they're not gonna do much. But they're gonna serve here as decoy and at least force Sam to do this... do this micro. He's doing attack move micro. Stop micro would also be very effective. Yeah, NightmeH actually microed this really well here. As far as having to sacrifice units go, I hate having to do that, but really in a position where trying to save these spears would have led to nowhere. Yeah, but at least right now he gives himself a chance to mass units here. The horse archers are... Like, archers in general are one of the worst units at poking walls. And you can't make rams with horse archers, so these walls are going to keep him very safe. But Sam? Yeah, Sam already getting the sacred site here in the center. He's gonna start getting relics. And that's a timer. That's a timer that NightmeH is gonna have to play around. Not even 12 minutes, and he's already on the clock. No, excuse me, it's being a really bad day for coughing. So, no, you're housed, mate! On 60. But there are a lot of archers here, and as you can see, archers, they don't deal bonus damage against these horse archers, but the horse archers are very expensive. So archers, if I can just see the cost here, it's 80 resources. Whereas horse archers here are 120 resources. It's just so, they're so expensive compared to regular archers. That's where I think The damage comes in with Kingdom of Cassia. That's very interesting. Units near sacred sites gain damage and regen health. Yeah, which, when the whole game is around a single sacred site, this makes sense. But NightmeH, I don't think he even has the tech research. Yeah, that grants access to the pilgrims. Why bother? Why bother, right? Yeah, but this is a scary army of 19 horse archers. These are good even against knights and lancers. It's a little bit of obscene at times. Alright, we have access to Genitors too. Genitors can actually be pretty good. They are really good against other ranged units. So this is where Sam could really, or NightmeH, I mean, could really make his mark here. And these archers are not really even fully upgraded. NightmeH should actually wait for the upgrade. You always want to have as many units as you can upgraded, and yeah, NightmeH collecting tons of wood. I like that to make all of these archers, but he needs some food as well, and I think it's about time. Yeah, he already has a few farms going, so yeah, this is a very good economic transition. NightmeH, as defensive as he is giving himself the best chance, but these horse archers are just so good. And I think Sam has all of the relics already, right? Oh, he only has 2 of them. Yeah, there's another one. Then you have one here in this corner, and the other one, this one is very close. So Sam is gonna get all of the relics. He's gonna have, like, Roost Cavalry with more health. Survival techniques, very late survival techniques, by the way. But I think he's going on boar here. The boar is being taken, I think. Ooh, this is a bad raiding party. The army needed to be together. This is how NightmeH is gonna lose this game. Well, those are regular men-at-arms. Regular men-at-arms, I wasn't expecting those. They can be quite tanky, not really against horse archers though, but they can tank enough so that you can always keep your massive archers. But NightmeH needs to stay so patient here. NightmeH needs to be so patient, but as knights are getting added here to this mass, patience needs to also wear a little bit thin, a little bit early. I would be so much happier with Genitors, honestly. Just, like, why would Sam make regular archers? That would actually punish the Genitor play, so... Oh, I think I know what that was. NightmeH was going to try to sneak the conversion of the sacred site in, but yeah. NightmeH needs to come up with a 2-minute plan, and the Siege Workshop, I think, does that. Right? 2 or 3 mangonels can actually crush this army pretty nicely. But yeah, Sam taking all of the food all over the map is going to transition to farm so late. So the advantage here for NightmeH, I think, is that if he manages to take even fights, or even win a fight, and make it so that he can decap that sacred site, Sam is gonna have a tough time maintaining a good, powerful, massive units. Simply because he's gonna run out of food eventually. And when that happens, he needs to start making farms, and that's such a huge drain on the economy. Whereas NightmeH already has a farm transition going. Right, that's so much easier on his economy. Also, gaining that sacred site back gives NightmeH just such a massive economy, he can do so much more. But Sam is so far ahead in this game, despite being lower on workers. He has all of the relics, I do think he has all 5 of them. So that's 400 gold a minute for free. And he has this massive ball of archers, of horse archers. And NightmeH needs to be careful, he can't really sacrifice these units, but they do outrange the horse archers, so using the wall this well is actually a big boon for him. But he can't leave, no, don't leave the base. He's gonna try to poke. But the speed makes it so that while you're retreating, you're gonna be bleeding units. This is... these small mistakes, they sometimes matter, but in here, yeah, NightmeH just needs to use all of these resources. He needs to throw down a fortress anywhere. I think throwing down a fortress on this side? Yeah, oh, and he's about to run... No, he has the small gold vein inside his base. He's fine. Yeah, he needs to close down this wall. one of those walls that I kind of hate. Oh, and there were knights here. No! No, this could be it for NightmeH. He does have a big army. And as long as the spears stack... Ah, yeah, good micro by Sam. And all he's going to do now is stop micro with the horse archers. And I think the spears are all dead. No, not even going to try. He's going to maintain his mass. It's starting to look good for NightmeH here. But he only has 3 minutes and a half. So Sam might actually be thinking about fortifying this position. He is collecting stone for it. And the keep here could pretty much just end up sealing the game. And this is what I meant about keeping a steady number of Knights Templar just to heal the units as they fight. And really undoing a lot of the damage that these fights do on your base army. Yeah, NightmeH on 160 population, he could actually... like, I think he needs another mangonel. One mangonel is not enough. He could try to do something. So here's a bit of a mass here of knights. Knights are going to be so fast at poking that wall. You can't leave your base yet. Yeah, but only 3 minutes. He's got to be happy to just give up the base in exchange for stopping that timer, because that's a victory condition. Oh, but the siege is so exposed. Oh, and pathing, thank you so much, pathing, but yeah, a lot of knights are dying. Destroyed value in favor of Sam, yeah, sure, but kind of equalized here. But army value is very even. A lot of shit units, a lot of trash units here for NightmeH, which doesn't really bode well. Oh, there's a keep already up in the center of the map. But NightmeH really has to make this play. Yeah, boiling oil getting researched. I don't think this army is really enough. And as the spears start going down, oh, Sam can really fight here. Oh, but NightmeH has a golden opportunity to decap the site and retreat, and then there's 10 more minutes for you to be able to play. No boiling oil just yet. Oh, the mangonel really needs to attack the right units here. Oh, good micro by NightmeH, keeping those knights at bay, but there are no more spears in this fight. There are 8 spears in total. There's 1 over there. The reinforcements are arriving, and those are going to be very important. Sam, I think, has the time to keep doing this. Ooh, and so much damage done already to that keep. No, you have to keep decapping! You have to keep decapping! You're on the clock, mate! You're on the clock! No! He had to sacrifice some of the army to decap, giving him time to be in a losing position. Oh, now the time is gonna tick down, and I don't think he's gonna have another shot at doing this. Yeah, some army over here in the south of the hill. It's routing the army too far forward. NightmeH needs more siege, but he also needs a lot more gold units. What a tough position to be in. And like, if we're gonna be within keep range, you might as well be within keep range in the middle. Yeah, there's boiling oil now. Being too close to the keep is not gonna be good. Yeah, now is the fight Sam wants to take. There are no spears here. Villagers are about to die. Oh, that was a very weird mangonel shot, and all of the army of NightmeH is gonna disappear now. Archers not good against knights. The spear's not good against men-at-arms. Oh man, NightmeH with a small decision there that could cost him the game, like, in the immediate sense. Yeah, I think it's game over. I think it's game over, even though you're fighting underneath the fortress. Oh, there's a battering rams at this stage of the game, like, only 21 archers for NightmeH, 9 crossbows. Yeah, but he really... Sacred Site is so important, and he only has 20 seconds. And this is such a big army, this army can actually kill all of NightmeH's army. I understand Sam not wanting to take the fight with his horse archers, but he needs to do something here. Yeah, and the villagers right now taking down that battering ram. Yeah, And Sam, as long as he keeps the foot on the sacred site, it doesn't decap. But yeah, as you can see, destroyed value and army value are somewhat, yeah, okay. Sam has like a lot more army value, but the destroyed value is staying even. Oh, he's using the workers to keep the clock from ticking. Yeah, that's desperation right there. But the game is on the line here, and only 18 seconds to go. Yeah, but for Sam, as long as he keeps himself in this center circle, then he's got a good chance to do this. Oh, but he's out. Top of the center. Both guys need to get units in there. We either get for NightmeH, we either get the timer down, or for Sam to get the clock ticking again. 13 seconds, is NightmeH gonna decap this? Oh, I don't think so, but this Mangonel could actually prove to be successful. Oh, that's a big shot! But Mangonels, they're not really... Oh, good shot again. Oh, nice repairs! Nice repairs! But attacking the keep! Oh no! No, the game's screwing NightmeH over. Sometimes feels like you need to target fire, but NightmeH getting a massive advantage. He's gonna decap the sacred site. Oh my! Oh, and the sacred site is decapped. NightmeH bought himself so much time here. Now he can go into a slower gameplay. Trying to kill the workers here. Like, he's got to control these units a little bit better, because now Sam can get back to massing his knights and his horse archers. Like, I like the stone walls. But we're gonna run out of gold pretty soon. So, like, NightmeH needs that gold. I think the gold is gonna be what settles the game now. Good job, though, on decapping that center sacred site. Getting loads of rams. I don't know about rams. These are Templar brothers, aren't they? Yeah. Templar brothers are pretty good. We're getting another fortress. Fortifying the center of the map here. But there needs to be a fortress going up here right after this keep goes down. If it does go down, and we have a trebuchet here on the other side. We're not going to have a treb war. Oh, sacrificing the Templar brothers. They are so expensive. So that is Faith of Castile and the Desert Citadels. Yeah, what a nail-biter of a game we got going here. 26 workers killed and still... Yeah, but NightmeH already realizing he won't have enough gold to really sustain this, as this gold is about to expire. He could try to get this gold, but that's so dangerous. We're gonna have the knights here trying to do some of their shenanigans, trying to poke holes in these walls. NightmeH needs a stone wall here. He needs a stone wall, or maybe be aggressive with the stone wall, get it up here. Yeah, because wooden walls, they're not gonna last. Yeah, NightmeH trying to go for a raid. Sam is very well closed. But again, it's wooden walls. Wooden walls, as we know, are not good at keeping knights away. And I think NightmeH needs to keep his army together here. He can't really afford to lose this position. We have... Oh, these are horse archers only, but there are workers here. And the trebuchet too. Is it worth repairing this? Oh, the knights are in! The knights are in! Oh no, the knights are in! Oh, Sam can deal so much damage with these knights. But this keep goes down, and that's an opportunity for NightmeH to push that. But there are major raids going. Or there is a major raid going, and there's no more gold in this base for NightmeH over here. He really needs to push and take this gold. Oh, and Sam? Oh yeah, these are knights against horsemen. Oh, knights can take on horsemen really, really well. And again, those stone walls kept him alive. Ooh, no! Sam is gonna lose the trebuchets! But Sam has access to so much gold! just on the virtue of it being free. There are other defensive units who have some spears chasing this knight. You really need crossbowmen to deal with this. Right, it's gonna start like Sam's NightmeH. I mean, is gonna start bleeding villagers. We're gonna get another fortress. Time to activate those pilgrims. There's gonna be so many workers killed. It's 35 already. Like these spears, yeah, they are better, but they're still spearmen. Their identity hasn't been lost on anybody. Yeah, good close here on the walls. Man, 36 workers killed. This is still a massive advantage. I really like. Ooh, horse archers. Horse archers will not poke holes at the palisade walls very quickly. And in the meantime, as long as NightmeH gets those pilgrims, I think that's it, right? Yeah, he gets these pilgrims. I think NightmeH is fine. He has a lot of resources. I think he's gearing up for Imp. Ooh, getting horse archers underneath the fortresses. That is not good. Oh my god, he hasn't dealt with this yet. Oh, what a good raid by Sam. This was like 15 villagers or something like that. I don't think it was quite 15, but it was over 10 for sure. That's a good raid. Alright, no more stone for NightmeH, but you can still build another fortress. And you really want those fortresses now in the middle. You want to convert. Oh, you want to convert the sacred site. You want to put that timer on your opponent. As Sam did to NightmeH. And yeah, Sam needs to come up with an army here that can take this on. And if there's an army, I think it's this one. I don't quite understand the horseman. He has the gold. Going for the high armor. It's going to be a game that goes to Imp on the King of the Hill. Which is just absolutely fantastic. Going with the high armory here, using the siege workshop to his advantage. And right now, from the army that I see of NightmeH, it's not a great army, but mangonels do kill it pretty good. The problem here is going to be the fortresses in the center of the map. So we have the Kingdom of Poland. I forgot to check what it does. Yeah. I think it adds... where are the stables? I know there are stables over here. Yeah, the Schlachter cavalry. This is very expensive cavalry. That slows attack speed. That's pretty good to get around those horse archers. Sam is Imp. Well, those siege workshops should be working overtime pretty soon. And again, yeah, convert to that sacred site. That sacred site is going to be so key. And sacred sites bring in quite a little bit of gold. I think it's 200 gold per minute. Which is double that of a relic. No, it brings double of a relic. It's not 200. It's something like 80. Oh, I love this. Knife bars for Sam. It's going to bring in so much of the other resources. Yeah, we're getting fanaticism. Templar Brothers and Commandery. Commandery I don't think we have, but we have the Templar Brothers. Yeah, we're going to have loads of pilgrims coming through. But again, no stone walls anywhere, so these knights will be able to raid, and I think these raids are probably going to win Sam the game. If NightmeH, of course, just is not careful, and now NightmeH is in a position where he can make those Schlachter cavalry and Templar brothers. Just to throw a little bit of a raiding going. All those spears are going to attack, but there's a massive raid coming, and if Sam realizes he darts into where the workers are, and this game could be over before Imp really even gets going. Oh my, this is just painful to see. Yeah, okay, the outpost with sprinkled emplacement is good. But you need to defend! You need to defend! You can't underestimate bombards, you can't underestimate knights and horse archers, just... And I think NightmeH thinks that the only way he's gonna win is by keeping his army at home, but he's floating wood like a madman. You could probably use a market just to reset the economy. Okay, there are some defending spearmen here. Spearmen are gonna do a good job of defending this, if Sam doesn't just decide to run away. Alright, this is a fortified outpost with a sprinkled emplacement. Horsemen, not the best at dealing with it. We are gonna have some cannons here from the low ground, some bombards. They're going to defeat, going to try and take these keeps down. These are the Schlachter cavalry. Wow, and like 58 workers. This is so bad for NightmeH. Like, Knights can dive this town center. NightmeH needed to defend this with units, not using these defenses to do this. We are gonna start to see those bombards attack. We're gonna start to see this major push coming, and the reinforcements are gonna get caught. And possibly even the pilgrims? Which would be absolutely devastating. We have some... These are spearmen! They're gonna take care of those Schlachter cavalry so well. But so is the fortress. Oh, this army from Sam is just seems to just be a little bit too good, but also stretched a little bit too thin. And while these archers are alive, things can always go his way, but there are two mangonels shooting uphill. Oh my, we are on equal worker count. That's 64 workers. Killed. Oh my god, the raids are winning Sam the game here. NightmeH won't be able to reinforce anywhere near as effectively. He doesn't have the food. Oh no, oh man, 6 minutes left. So close for NightmeH, but yet so far away.
Thanks for the raid, Rob Corv 2, and welcome you one lovely people.
Oh, thank you for the raid, Rob. Thank you for the raid. Yeah. Wow, but funny enough, NightmeH wins the fight. Wow, but still, Sam can just reinforce himself so well here. Yeah, look at that, the fortress getting prepared. Oh, NightmeH turning the game around. It's just... Yeah, but still not fully defended? Yeah, this is crazy. Still two knights, two knights here, just raiding. Hey, have a good night, Rob. Take care. Alright, NightmeH really needs to buy some food here. He really can't afford to have 6,000 gold in the bank. Or make siege. Or make siege. But no, that's okay. That's a trebuchet that's firing at these villagers. Finally, some stone walls coming in. Alright, and no, there's still a knight going around here. Still NightmeH's two town centers. We are almost at equal number of workers alive and workers killed. That is so crazy, but still double army value for NightmeH. NightmeH is in a good position here. Yeah, Sam right now needs to lean heavily on siege as well. Yeah, and he knows this is a Schlachter cavalry and archers for the most part, so yeah, he's adding spears. I would like to see some knights here. He's gonna add Streltsy. Streltsy can be quite weak against siege. But NightmeH is not picking any mangonels. Which is, I'm not gonna say it's shocking. But, like, you have the economy for it. You have the economy for it. You have so much wood in the bank here. I would think that spending it in some mangonels would actually be such a good payoff. For what ultimately is gonna be our biggest weakness here in this Streltsy. Streltsy are an amazing unit. So those are spearmen, not what I wanted to see. So those Streltsy, they have 38 attack damage. They gain 30% attack speed if they are stationary. So they are just... They're countered in so many ways by those mangonels, right? You can't dodge, you can't just keep microing them. They have to stand still to get that bonus. And that, I think, is what makes them ultimately... Like, they're very good, but they can also be very weak. No way! That's just... That's so far away. The line ends here. Those are elite hospitaller knights. As you can see, they're quite weaker than Men-at-Arms counterpart, but they heal. They heal, and that's going to be very important. Alright, we have a trebuchet trying to attack the farms. Don't know what the point of that would be, but the point of this raid would have been very good if the Schlachter cavalry had not just been surrounded. More Schlachter cavalry coming in, but the wall is already built. NightmeH only 3 minutes left, but this is gonna pack such a big punch. If this keep goes up, like, Sam is so back. And NightmeH has to respect army value is actually on the side of Sam here. Only by 2,000, considering you're almost at 20,000 resources each. It's not really that much, but this is a very high quality army from Sam, but if it keeps taking free damage like this before even engaging, then this is where it falters, I think. But again, NightmeH doesn't have the Schlachter cavalry in. Schlachter cavalry are your key to defending this. Yeah, and if this fortress that's in the front goes down, then I really don't know. Yeah, Sam looks like he's gonna micro the Streltsy, not gonna gain that buff. Yeah, there are no mangonels here. This army is gonna be overwhelming. Yeah, NightmeH really dropping the ball here with his army placement. He's trying to raid, but he failed in doing so. Sam getting the siege. That really makes this this army going. He also has the eye armor, so of course he's gonna get siege. But yeah, one of the fortresses goes down. One of the fortresses goes down, and the horsemen are so good against archers. Oh, what a fight for Sam. Sam barely lost any units. And don't forget, NightmeH suffered a devastating worker defeat. And he's losing so many more workers. 90 workers go down. Oh, and so many mangonels here as well. The Schlachter cavalry are here now. This is not enough. This is not enough. Sam pulled this one back. No, what are the workers doing? What are these workers doing? They're staying in the sacred site to not decap it. It's only 57 seconds left. Sam was patient and he's gonna reap the rewards. Man, so late! These Schlachter cavalry would have been so good early on. 9 workers left! NightmeH is really going balls to the wall here. Trying to save this the sacred site from going down. Yeah, but with only 1 fortress left, I don't think it happens. Especially if Sam just keeps a single unit on the sacred site, and I think he decapped. He's got it. NightmeH has no workers, he's got no food as well. But at least he's gonna save the almost 8,000 gold for next game, right? Yeah, imagine if that were mangonels. We're talking a very different game. But we're in massive game number 2 win here for Sam. Looks like he had lost this game. So I'll catch you in that game number 3. Alright, I don't think you're still here, but thank you for the raid, Rob. Really appreciate it. Hope the sacrifice games are good. I watched a little bit, but didn't really have much time before getting the stream going. Alright, let's go watch game 3. Welcome to game number 3. We've got in the driest of Arabias, it is NightmeH here with the Holy Roman Empire. And the lucky spawn here is the gold for this prelate. We're gonna go into the map here in a little second. Here in the color purple, it is playing as the Malians. It is Sam. Going for your very typical gathering loads of wood to build houses around this pit mine. Going pit mine first and not houses. Yeah, point of contention among some players, I think, but I do think this is the right order. It's never going to be housed. So this is quite perfect. Looking over the map, this is one of the most open dry Arabias I've ever seen. Almost looks like a prairie setup. But this is dry Arabia. You don't get these this size wood lines on prairie. On the other side, NightmeH kinda has a bit of an advantage there, even though this area has all of the resources and it is very open. But both sides is very interesting. They hit their stride a little bit later than other civs, and they both pack an impressive punch, even though they get their power spikes at different stages of the game. So that is going to be interesting to see how they manage to do that. I do expect a full-on bloodbath in the mid-game, though. Yeah, I also want to see what strategy NightmeH goes for. Does he go straight for a fast castle, or does he do the path, you know, getting all pikes with two or three horsemen and fast, and then go castle age from there? It's no longer fast at that point, but you get the point. Yeah, prime position for an Aachen Chapel over here too. So if you could get it, catching this gold, then maybe it's a pretty good one, but yeah, the Aachen Chapel, since they updated the monasteries to also work as Aachen Chapels in the late game, feels like it's much less of a necessity. Okay, gets it on the other side, gets all of the one line, that's also pretty good. A little bit less brave than what I suggested, but it is a pretty good one nonetheless. On the other side from Sam, I fully expected to be the mine, the Manza quarry. The tower makes sense in two scenarios, right? Makes sense if you trade, which this is not a bad generation for trading. The trade post being off to the side here means that you could do the market over here in this corner, and this is a very good trade. On the other hand, the other situation is if you feel like your pit mine is going to be under threat early on, and this pit mine is safe. This pit mine is super safe from any threats that the tower, the Saharan trade network, would diffuse, right? So this man's a quarry, very nice. In the front of the base, don't know about that, but yeah, I can't really be mad about this one. This feels like a very meta game right now. Feels like what you would see in those esports tournaments. Let's go see the sheep count though. I met with a little bit of an edge. It's a lot of sheep here, and on this guy. On the other hand, for Sam though, just delivered his sheep. Yeah, sheep feels like it's nowhere near as important for Malians as it is for everybody else, because they can just create their own. Alright, go to Aachen Chapel. This is what I don't love about the Aachen Chapel in this position. It's how not optimal it is for the early game. But obviously once it starts taking all of this wood and then getting into farms, the Aachen Chapel is just amazing, right? So it feels like NightmeH is going purely for the age up. I don't think he's collecting a lot of wood early on, so maybe I'm wrong, and maybe we get to see a few units here. For Sam though, he really needs a secondary, he really needs the secondary pit mine over here. He needs to start collecting some of that gold. Needs that mill as well. I wouldn't even be surprised if we saw a second mill. Oh, Sam not letting his scouts stay here. This is foreshadowing. Oh, it is foreshadowing. It is. He's calling his shot. He's gonna try to raid that gold. Which of course makes all the sense in the world here. You wanna But to delay the inevitable as long as you can to even have a chance. And that's what I said before, like, both of these civs take a little bit of time to really get going. And once they're going, they feel like very unstoppable, but they hit their peaks at slightly different times here, and this is precisely one of Malian's peaks, is when they just get to make a bunch of sofa and just raid. But then they have a lot of sofa to really get those upgrades in Castle Age, and it's already a formidable army. NightmeH's going to try to defend with a stable of his own. Horsemen are going to be very weak against these sofa, not very weak. They're not going to do well against the sofa. They don't have any melee armor. And the sofa have more attack than them. Sofa are more expensive though. They are almost as expensive as a regular knight. Is that NightmeH getting started with farms already? And it's trying to soften that blow, but the NightmeH needs to wage up. Yeah, he needed the tower instead of the stable. I guess he wants to go for the very early knights as soon as he age ups. Or ages up. Oh, and the racks as well. It's gonna be Ragnitz if I ever saw one. Yeah, but the sofa's already home. Yeah, NightmeH does have the gold though. It's not bad. This is not bad. We're gonna get. I fully expect the Ragnitz. No, it's Burgruth! It's the Burgruth Palace. Ooh. Burgruth Palace. Yeah, let's see how NightmeH does this, because the Ragnitz feels like it's such a no-brainer here. The Sam, like 3 sofa, that's nothing, and Sam couldn't be further away from the age up, so you would get so many relics here. Probably more than 3. The relics are not in great positions though. Does NightmeH know about all of them? He does know about all of them. Yeah, I'm gonna try to tear down the houses, but we have the repairs, the emergency repairs. I don't even know if NightmeH wants to use them. Yeah. Is he gonna let the house go down? He's gonna let the house go down. He needs to build that house somewhere else. There it is in the front of the base. Yeah, we're getting Burgruth. I think he just makes men-at-arms here. I don't... spears, I don't think are the unit. The unit to go. He's going for spears. I guess Malians as well. They have such good archers. Yeah, I understand the feeling here. Like you don't have any gold. Like these cost 20 gold. That's like 8 men-at-arms, and 8 men-at-arms beats this. Whereas 1 spear doesn't. I need to keep making them like he's trickling them in as well. NightmeH not playing this one. Like, he's failing this execution. Yeah, but he's getting the relic over here. That's not bad. Forcing Sam to leave, but Sam already dealt a little bit of damage here. You can see on the efficiency of the workers that he has dealt a little bit of damage. And look at Sam. Sam here on the hunt. He's gotten a good amount of his cattle over here. Already in the ranches. Doesn't have this house built, so that's a criticism I'm gonna lay down to him. Oh, but here comes the raiding party! Oh, it's so bad. Okay, one of the sofa goes down. That's yeah, destroyed value-wise, I think. Yeah, Sam is still winning. Kills a single villager. That's... Yeah, it's only one villager, but it just means so much more than that. But Sam trying to wage up, NightmeH has the opportunity to do something, but like, yes, spears here, man. Spears are just... Spears, once you see sofas, I understand, and spears are a good unit, but you could have done this with men-at-arms, and it would have been so difficult for Sam to deal with this. Whereas now a simple army transition here to archers absolutely clears this. Let's see, maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. Alright, alright, that's all of the sofa dead. We have archers from Sam, so if NightmeH sees that, the obvious transition is right there. Alright, we have a Fulani Corral. Now I don't like the stable here because it's in the Fulani Corral's way. Very interesting. Is he clearing the walls or is he just looking for straggler units here? Yeah, NightmeH already with a relic at home. Where's the other one? Yeah, but the spears are gonna die. He sees the archers. I don't think NightmeH sees the age up. He doesn't see the age up, but he sees the archers. So that's a clear tell that you need something else here. And he's transitioning to men-at-arms then. Let's go. That's pretty good. He already has the gold. Doesn't quite have the food yet. Oh, going to the mill! Going to the mill might actually... Going to the hunt, I mean, might actually be the decision here to really get this going. And this is so unfortunate. I don't think Sam knows the spears are here. The spears should stop that. We're getting a blacksmith. I like that. Ranged armor is just so critical. Also with melee armor. These sofa, they need upgrades. Yeah, to be fair to Sam, he is getting them. He is getting them. He also needs to get set up on another pit mine. I would go to this. This is an obvious one. NightmeH already with 2 relics back home, I think. There are only 3 out there on the map. Yeah. I'm just gonna get a 3rd here. This should have been Arachnids. This should have been Arachnids. I'm more convinced. Ooh, and Sam gets himself over here is just... Tactically, is just outplaying NightmeH. Oh, and he's even going onto the stone. He just lost more workers. Yeah, but then again... Another spears are putting in a lot of good work here. There are spears out in the corner as well. Yeah, and we're getting a raid here before the before the armor upgrade, not defensive, before the armor upgrade comes in. They really have a tough time staying in their town centers without all of that armor. Yeah, Sam not making any archers, just making sofa. And he seems to have a lot of resources in the bank here. Just as soon as he finishes the Fulani setup, then it's just gonna be so hard to deal with. Yeah, these archers definitely dealt with this threat here of the spears. There's NightmeH making his units. He's not making any units. What's going on in this game? Alright, the spears have defended the sofa. There are gonna be more sofa on the way. Yeah, the scout dies too, so it's sofa and archers. Archers are not really being made here. So NightmeH on one hand is doing some really right things. These raids are gonna put a hamper here on Sam's plan, for example. But yeah, the early spears I don't think were the play. He needed to be aggressive at this stage of the game to really stop Sam from getting into his critical mass here, and just NightmeH doesn't quite understand, or didn't quite understand this game or the matchup why. And that's a shame on so many levels, because he is doing some very good things, but that's alright. I think that's all of the relics, right? Yeah, that's all of the relics. Yeah, of course this one dies, but we're talking about an outpost with a relic, with 5 workers on it, but I think we have imported armor, no? No, we don't have imported armor yet. So you can see the sofa actually got damaged for a little bit. That's 7 workers killed. By Sam. Very dangerous, but we have a bunch of men-at-arms. These men-at-arms with some upgrades. I don't know if sofas really are the answer. You're gonna need such a massive ball of archers with poison. Archers with poison, of course, are the crossbow replacement for the Malians. And as you can see, the damage stacks and they just keep getting damaged after fights. Man, the raids from Sam are just so annoying. He's not gonna let NightmeH play. And NightmeH doesn't really have any obvious walls other than maybe like a wall here would be nice. But then everywhere else is just so open. Yeah, but there are raids here from NightmeH as well. Yeah, now NightmeH just doesn't quite have the army counts. At least not fighting. That would allow him to sustain a push. Yeah, archers are gonna make quick work of these spears. NightmeH feels like he has this back here. Yeah, the prelate, of course, will heal these villagers back to life. Already with such an early farm transition as well, but he does have a lot of wood here in the bank. Yeah, this big push with archers and a few sofa, this could actually kill NightmeH. And looks like Sam is gearing up for Imp. Such an early Imp as well. But going for the... you could go for the Great Bar, but I think the keep landmark, I think that would be just so good. Like, see how good these men-at-arms are, except they are getting dealt poison damage. And this poison damage seems like it's not doing much, but yeah, it does. Like on big fights especially, you really feel like the front line just melts so quickly after the first wave of shots. Yeah, and that's what we're going to see. The Fort of the Huntress is going to go down on 2 resources and kind of supporting the Sacred Site. This is a very good one. But I was expecting a statement made from Sam where it, like here, would have been so devastating. But NightmeH doesn't have a good army here. NightmeH has so many resources, just not a good army. And this outpost is going to go down to the Relic. Sam much more decisive when it came to making armor than NightmeH. The outposts are very good at helping fights, but they are not good at defending on their own. Yeah, now archers are going to fight the spears. Yeah, good luck to those spears. They are just going to die for free. These so far are going to raid, and I think they have important armor now. They do. But this now has... this now has a sprinkled emplacement, so it's going to deal a lot of damage, no matter what. Yeah, I love this Fort of the Huntress, as I've said before. It covers a lot of the long game things that Sam wants to go for. And yeah, I don't know. NightmeH really needed the age up right now, and he needed to just get such a massive villager lead that the army doesn't really like, you can always get reinforced very easily. Oh my, Sam actually being caught out of position here, but look at how fast the knight goes down now. Yep, these are still archers. They're still very weak to these knights. What I said before about the front line men-at-arms thing applies to men-at-arms, not knights. They have far too much HP and far too much ranged armor for that to really be an issue. But Sam here, this is such a devastating army. 40 to 14 army count. Like, if your opponent has massive archers, like, yeah, now this, what NightmeH is doing now, I don't like the horsemen. These should be knights, but, like, knights and spears make sense to me. But spears by themselves against such a big ball of archers, it doesn't. My god, we're down 22 workers. This is looking so ugly. Oh, Sam really coming into his own this game here. Wow, this gold vein is about to expire, and like there's no map control for NightmeH. NightmeH now is dead. Oh, wow, no way the series ends so anticlimactic like this. It's a great series, by the way. But what can NightmeH do? He does have a lot of gold in the bank, because he has all 5 relics. If that's a Dragonet's Cathedral, the difference it makes, and the spears have done nothing this game.
Gute Leistung meinerseits. Buge fertige.
And we're gonna get some raiding elite sofas with... They're not fully upgraded. There's no blacksmith here for Sam, I don't think. Which is gonna be a point of contention I have with him. There is a second town center. Wow, Sam really wants to just bend NightmeH until he submits. These are horsemen. Horsemen... Yeah, I would have liked to have seen knights, and the horsemen are... Like, they're much cheaper than knights, of course they are. But NightmeH has the resources. NightmeH is going to try to age up with the Palace of Swabia. I don't think the other landmark, the Elsbach Palace, really helps him that much. You know what would be absolutely hilarious here is for NightmeH to have a massive army of units that hide. And he's using the Hunt of the Fortress to really hide these units and just show up later. Alright, Palace of Swabia on the deer. I like this. It's on the gold, actually, not on the deer. The deer just happens to be there. But again, so much army just thrown away. There's 7 army here for NightmeH. 7 army against 35. NightmeH does trade really well because archers are not a great unit overall, and it's one of those that, like, the blips in the data look really bad. But they've been very important on keeping this this game for Sam. They've been very important in defending all of the pushes. Oh, we're gonna see an attempt at a conversion here. If these Sofa get converted, then the game is flipped. Right now, I really don't see how NightmeH can really just turn this game around. Alright. A couple of mangies. I like a couple of... Would have loved to have seen in the last game. I'm gonna get more workers getting killed. Oh, good shot there by the mangies. It sacrifices 1 mangonel for not even a single kill. Oh man, this is just not looking good. NightmeH though is gonna start making workers left and right here. This Palace of Swabia should be good enough to defend like a regular town center, right? It acts as a TC. Are these elite archers, by the way? These are elite archers. No upgrades, though. What is Sam doing here with no blacksmith upgrades? Sam just threw away a very good army, but throwing away the army is just... getting idle time here for NightmeH. NightmeH really completely out of this game. Yeah, there's Sacred Victory approaching as well, again on the clock. Wow, how can NightmeH turn this game around? Like, don't forget, Sam is on 2 TC as well. So it's not like Sam is just gonna get extremely outpaced by all of this. He's gonna get outpaced on the creation of villagers, but not so outpaced as he would be on 1 town center. And NightmeH has 5 relics here. I think the relics, if Sam, I mean, takes a sweet time, I think that's how he comes back. Ooh, Musafari Warriors, don't know how I feel about those. I do like the Musafari Gunners. Musafari Gunners are pretty good. But like, all of the units here are pretty good against the Musafari Warriors. Yeah, I love Tithe Barns. Yeah, Tithe Barns making the relics be worth so much more. I don't say already are, to be fair, which is just... I guess all of them. Tithe Barns is an absolute no-brainer, but... and NightmeH seems to have a good economy here for knights and spears. Don't know why he's... I think he thinks he doesn't have the economy for it, but he does. He does. He just needs to make sure that his town centers are always producing. Because that really is his way back into this game. Let's see what the army from Sam does. Yeah, there are 4 spears. So much army, and he's gonna let his opponent know what the army is as well. But for Sam, as long as he doesn't get decapped, I think this is an easy win. We're getting Cistercian abbeys, so that's gonna make the monasteries act like the Iron Chapel. Yeah, now yeah, Sam can just attack only at 164, and this was a very techy game. But the 45 workers killed. Imagine if Nightmare had 45 actual workers, right? So that's just a testament to how well Sam really came along this game. And now we should just make sure that Nightmare stays tucked into his base for the next 7 minutes and 35 seconds. Because I really don't know. I really don't know how Nightmare can just come back here. This is not looking good for him. Not looking good at all. Yeah, and we're getting all of the upgrades here for Sam. He's spending his resources rather well.
Bereit für die nächste Aufgabe.
Bin bereit zur Befehlsstellung.
Yeah, getting another tower, getting with the cannon emplacement. Yeah, the emplacements can be a good way for Nightmare to defend. What is that upgrade? It's the last wood upgrade. Yeah, Nightmare doing all of the right things, but Sam needs to get back to raiding.
Ich gelistet das.
Oh my, we're getting, this is the Culverin. Culverin, effective against defenses, so this is good against buildings.
Was hast du nötig von mir?
I guess it's good against units as well. Right, but we have Musafari warriors. Musafari gunners, so much attack. So much damage. I think Sam here is just like Nightmare's catching up in work accounts, and that's really important because he has all of the relics. Oh my, spears into the elite sofas. Are these elite? These are elite spears, but still, excuse me, so many sofas that this was not a good trade for Sam, by the way. Not a valuable trade. Okay, this outpost is gonna be reinforced pretty soon. Cannon with... Oh my god, it's gonna go down! Oh, it gets emergency repairs, and now that it has this added fire resistance, I do think it heals up back up. Oh, is the Culverin gonna go down? I think it is. The villagers are protecting and repairing it. But I don't think it matters. There's just not enough army here to defend from Nightmare. Was behind the whole game and stayed that way. Yeah, no, so funny warriors are splitting. You're gonna attack something, I guess, and 73 workers killed. Oh my, this game has been a bloodbath. Yeah, even if Nightmare manages to miraculously defend, I don't think he's gonna get the timer unless these workers just get very quickly over to the sacred site before the keep gets built. It's not looking pretty. Horsemen would be okay against these archers if they were the bulk of the army. There's so many Musafati warriors. Oh my, Landsknecht would do a good job against them if there was any number to these guys. This Nightmare never really got any number of units going, or even sacrificing some Musafati warriors. But the cannon emplacements with relics in them really proving their worth. Yeah, that keep is going up, so there goes our chance at decapping the sacred sites. Yeah, Nightmare taps out. That was the series. What a good series as well. Sam takes this one 2-1. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next. Alright, that was a fun one. Let me just get the next one ready before I take a little break. It's gonna be Pat versus MSN. I think the title is sad. Oh, I opened up the wrong account. Alright, I will be right back. Alright, I've returned. Thank you for your patience. Let's let's get this going. I was eating some food after an hour and a half of casting. Definitely needed some of that this water. Alright, game is loaded, let's get into it. Alright, welcome into this series here. We have in the color blue, playing as the Ottomans on the Lightened Horizons, it is MSN, playing in his Miscat account. Going for a Dark Age barracks as the Ottomans. On the other side, in the color dark green, it is Pat Del Muerte. Playing as a Tugwak dynasty, very much an elephant enjoyer. Going for a Dark Age barracks on top of the hill, not on the bottom there. I will go into the implications here in a second. Let's first go into what this map is. This is one of the maps introduced to the DLC that gave us the Knights Templar. And you have these two cliffs where your base is, and with a very tight main area that is relatively safe. And you always have two wood lines, and this deer here in the back, along with the gold and a couple of berry bushes, right? And two stones right there. It's pretty much a mirror here, and this gold very much in the front of the base. And this very well defensible position. As well as these two merchant camps right outside of your base. So the implication for the Dark Age barracks is this. They have to do such a trek to get to their own base here. Whereas MSN, like, is right there. Like, really in the corner. I would have understood here. But, like, here in the corner is so strange. But yeah, MSN looks like he won this little exchange. These, of course, they grant passive resources, wood, food, and gold. Which, yeah, major part of your economy in the early game. Becomes a little bit irrelevant later when you have like 80 villagers, but for now it's incredibly important. And before anybody out there in the comments says, "Oh, these are not that good," don't forget that the game, every stage of the game is a direct result of what happens before the game. So right now, if you're gonna look at the resources here, and I said it's just gonna have such a big advantage. Yeah, but he keeps making spearmen. He really doesn't want to lose this position here. And it's spearmen too. So for Pat, it's gonna doubly suck because he wants to make raider elephants later on, and raider elephants are absolutely awful against spears. On the other hand, if he does go for the Kanki approach and just makes a forward fort, then he's in a really good position. Oh, MSN can totally take this fight, and with some superior micro like this, he absolutely wins this fight. Oh, Pat is trying. That's really nice, but 7 against 6. And Pat already has this one that's only on 24 HP, so he retreats. I want to look at the Vizier points here in a second. We have Fieldwork, which is 2 imams. We have the Matters and the Akinji. Spawns the Akinji and then locks the... I don't know what the Akinji is. It sounds like a fun unit. Alright, so it's 7 against 7. Pat is making another one. And I said it's just so close to aging up already. Ooh, so much damage, dude. No kills here. Ooh, destroyed value goes for Pat here. Pat manages to kill a spear. But he's got 5 very weak spears. Yeah, but already 5 workers though might be overkill on this twin minaret madrasa. It doesn't quite have any space. Yeah, and all of a sudden it's two spears dead. Pat is determined to fight this though. But as soon as MSNH is up, it's I don't even know what the follow up is to this. I haven't really seen this matchup in this map ever. Yeah, Pat feels like he's forced to fight, but MSN should have the advantage here. Pat trying to target the weak ones, but so are there weak ones here for Pat? Just... Oh no, that spear would have been very important in the fight later. But Pat keeps making them. Pat is so far away from Agent Up, and MSN is just about finished. So many villagers. This is not worth it, if you ask me. Alright, first Vizier point, and he gets the 2 Imams. The Imams are gonna heal the spears. Oh no! We're getting double range. Yeah, it's gonna be an Archer follow-up. Archers is a little bit dangerous. We're getting the Tower of Victory. Oh, we're getting immediately Wheelbarrow as well. MSN has this build. He has the strategy down. Yeah, they do area damage as well, which is just... Everything is kind of flowing in MSN's direction here. Alright, Pat is so late here, and these units are gonna heal as they fight. Pat is gonna lose this Merchant's Point again. Yeah, he's not even gonna bother fighting. I think that's the wise decision. But we're getting double range. Double range is very weak against the Raider Elephants. On one hand. On the other hand, though, they're out so early. Pat might not even get the time to really mass them. Okay, yeah, that's 12 archers out already. Pat needed a stable yesterday. I'm not sure he's gonna really have the time to mount an offensive. Oh, he's got the houses here in the setup. Yeah, he's gonna have to make a stable right there. It's so awful. I'm gonna try to get to keep the fort over on this side, I think. Yeah, but these archers, oh, these archers are gonna get so many good hits on these villagers and on the spears as well. Man, MSN is just so good. And you don't have any straggler trees. Oh my, oh no. These spears are fully healed. These spears are fully healed. Ah, this Raider Elephant is just so late. Alright, but still, it's 8 spears against 9 from Pat. Alright, so these archers are not long for this world. Those spears have to be very careful. If the spears manage to hit the spears of MSN, then maybe? MSN too clever, sends in only a few spears just to hopefully deal with this Raider Elephant. Yeah, and the Raider Elephant isn't gonna do too much, but Pat always has a chance here to retreat. Yeah, and MSN is just an expert in these positions here. He's gonna destroy the Tower of Victory. Oh Oh, the archers! The archers are gonna pick off these villagers, but they are too late. Yeah, Pat's gonna lose villagers. You gotta garrison quickly. There we go, they are garrisoned. The spears here are gonna make quick work out of these raider elephants. Are those did I hear Janissary shots? Oh, yeah, and Pat just leaves. Yeah, Pat knows he's lost. Wow, what an... Wow, MSN putting on a clinic here in game number 1. Let's go to game 2. Hey there, Kanky, how you doing, mate? Yeah. Yeah, Pat's not gonna win, is he? But Pat is losing to an esports great player. There's no shame in this defeat. Yeah, I'm just surprised they added Scots, and not Kingdom of Scotland or something like that, because they're clearly gonna make a William Wallace campaign. It's in the books, right? Right, let's go. Welcome game number 2 here. It is MSN here in the color blue as the AU bids, going straight for the mill. This is not anything new whatsoever. On the other side in the color green, it's Lippany, by the way. We have here Pat, and kind of messed up here. These were supposed to have built a mill, saving the walking time, but whatever. It's still good. Pat, though, building a house mill and the mosque. The reason why I collected those 50 wood is that he's gonna need a mining camp, and for that he needed the 50 wood. Otherwise, nobody really bothers, right? If they don't need that, but they need a mosque and everything, so that's why. MSN going. Ooh, this house is a little bit delayed. Ooh, MSN with a bit of a mistake here. That's something he doesn't do. Something he doesn't usually do. So yeah, town center is gonna be a bit idled. Oh, it's not idle. That was perfect. That was perfect. My goodness. So I retract my statement. That was the timing was insane. All right. So looking at the economies here, 8 on food, 2 on gold for Pat. Perfectly well balanced, as all things should be. And the same for MSN. Again, perfectly balanced. We're building the House of Wisdom here. I'm really looking forward to see what the MSN cooks in this matchup. So I really think the meta of going for reinforcement into usually people will do advancement, try to get units faster. I don't think that really is the that's not the only way of playing this matchup. People have been getting logistics very early to really defend themselves. Oh, we're getting advisors. You gain at the bag. Increasing the health of new units. Oh, that's something you don't see every day. Wow, really out of left field here. We don't see this, the Atabag that much. Not even in games that go long. Even though long, the Atabags can actually be pretty good at making very tanky Camel Lancers. We have a Tower of Victory, very much in the front here for Pat, really expanding that influence. And you really have to gamble, especially against Ayubids, that you're going to have some map control to be able to do this. Otherwise, you're going to be 2-pack Titan. Delhi needs a little bit of space to get their early buildings going. So early on, you're going to have that map control. The worst thing that can happen to a Delhi player is losing that map control early, and then not being able to like getting your blacksmiths or one of your military buildings or something like that destroyed, because it's you're so heavily reliant on that tempo that getting the upgrades at those specific timings give you. It should be something that MSN here is aware of. And something this is going to do here. So we get the Atabag. I fully expect this to be a feudal age heavy game, and he is gearing up for it. He and MSN. So the first building here, I would guess, is a stable. They might as well all be stables, right? Going for Desert Rider Horsemen. So let's see exactly what happens here. Okay, we have the at the back, so that's a stable for double stable, yeah. So there are the at the bag. And here for Pat, yeah, just getting himself inside this mosque. Going for an archery range first. That's definitely a call. Most people would go for the stable to get the first Gazi Raider very quickly, but I don't know, I guess. Yeah, we're making so Desert Raiders with more HP. Desert Raiders are quite pricey, but they're very versatile. They can swap, of course, between the ranged and melee modes, which is such a huge boon for them. And this looks like it's going to be a very heavy, very push. So, oh, you can create more Atabag. Oh, that's crazy. There should be another Atabag here, right? Weren't they 3 of them? Maybe they were 2 and I misread. Either way, yeah, these Desert Raiders have 150 health. Ah, their low health was supposed to be their big weakness. Avatar of Victory doubles down as a blacksmith. That was that one of the recent changes? You guys tell me. But I guess Desert Raiders archers would usually be a good idea here, because these are good against low armored targets. We're getting your barracks as well. Barracks can be good unless your opponent micros really well. Yeah, I don't know if you've met MSN before, but a bit of a whiz kid when it comes to the micro. And they're getting just belted here. Oh, the Atabag are really going to come in handy here. Oh no, the scholars. Oh, garrison. There we go. They're garrisoned. Yeah, but no wood here for Pat. Pat forced to take this tree. Oh, but it's gonna get pushed here. Oh, garrison. Oh, good garrison. But they have so much HP. Oh, this is almost obscene. Alright, but now Pat can fight. Pat can fight. Pat can force MSN out. But MSN is just making a conga line of them. This is... Wow. I don't think I've seen this strategy before, but it makes so much sense here. Yeah, is Pat gonna try to get the sacred sites? That is brave, mate. That is brave. There's so many Desert Raiders over here. That's first worker dead. This worker does not make it. That second worker actually dead. This game, I'm starting to think the scholar was thrown out just to heal. Because it's not making barracks units anymore, even though spears would have been very helpful. At least kind of forcing these Desert Raiders to stay ranged. Yeah, MSN, man, is just so careful. Wow, now making a swap to Horseman now that he sees that there are not a lot of spears. But the battery wisely took the deer over on this side. Oh, MSN definitely knows about that. Oh no! Oh, but he has to respect the army here. There's got a lot of archers. But like, these desert raiders have so much HP.
السهم في وضع الاستعداد. انتبهوا هيا بنا.
Oh, and there they go again. Like, as long as they stay ranged, they can kill these spears. Oh, they're not gonna get healed. Not in time, anyway. But as long as the archers get healed, maybe they have a shot. Oh, these units, man, such a good strategy by MSN, and then like really well executed as well. So if you look at destroyed value, like Pat is getting somewhat okay trades, kinda. But it's still in the favor for MSN, and he has more than double the army value. Because Pat is just making archers, which I would expect. Like, Pat is floating so much food. This game was begging for Ghazi Raiders, even though they get nerfed, right? But they have enough meat to them, enough health and enough ranged armor. That they would have forced these to fight melee, and the archers could have attacked, and you would have had so much more army as Pat here. Right now you're floating 1700 food, and you're getting your workers picked off. Pat almost forced to be over here on the side. Yeah, MSN should start questioning himself here. What's going on in this game? How is Pat getting all of these units if he doesn't get any wood here? And where is he getting his food from? He doesn't know that Pat is floating food. That's impossible to know. Without cheating, but he's not. MSN is not cheating. Like, yeah, these. MSN is even hiding the other units, making it seem like, oh, I'm just trying to contain you and going castle and everything. But no, this is... He's gonna butt heads pretty soon with this big army. He's just making horsemen. No, he's not just making horsemen. Yeah, but he is making horsemen. Well, this one is the Atabeg, is an Atabeg as well. He must have made one. These archers are going to be so useless so quickly. And this is like way more than double the army value. MSN is just going to crush this. Not taking the horseman is a bold move by MSN. He doesn't want to fight. Yeah, that Desert Raider would have been dead. This one as well, without the Atabag HP. Alright, it does die. Ooh, this is gonna be... It's gonna be ugly. Yeah. MSN is starting to get ranged armor before fighting. That is such good optimization. Yeah, there are 4 spears here for Pat. There's one at home, I guess, but the bulk of the army are the 17 archers, which are going to be so useless. You have a culture ring advancement for MSN. Did not expect to see advancement heading into Castle Age in a game he's dominating as well. Yeah, these are way too many horsemen. These archers are not going to do anything, and now they have ranged armor. Whereas Pat, I guess, has ranged damage, so they nullify each other, so it's back at as if nobody had upgrades. But Pat's army is about to get reduced to cinders, and now he's making Ghazi Raiders. He should have like 15 Ghazi Raiders in this army. It's how different this would have been if he just used that food. Oh, this scholar is almost dead. And MSN, like, he's aging up. Usually you don't want to fight when you're aged up, but it's such a massive advantage, I think. What you really want to do is really contain your opponent hard, but MSN is completely oblivious to this. He's letting Pat play over there on the south of the map, and that is a bit concerning. That could actually be Pat's way back, even though he's down 3. 3 workers. The 3 Anabags count as workers here, so it's 39 to 42. 3 workers is when it starts making a bit of a difference. It's not going to be a major difference, it's a few units that you're going to see for the side of MSN here. Yeah, MSN aged up, immediately goes for Camel Lancers, gets a Desert Raider upgrade. And they already have a lot of health. Like, this is a percentage, not a fixed number. So this plus 30 is going to be like plus 45 or something like that. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that much, but it could be like a plus 40. Right, and that is a big difference. Yeah, I also expect MSN to start collecting relics anytime now. And he's making more Atabag. As he expands the Atabag production. Oh, you have a raid here with the Ghazi Raiders. Making good on their name here. Oh, you have to stop. Okay, Pat is gonna start raiding. As MSN is preparing to make a big push, and that's honestly how he comes back into this game. That's already 1 worker down, 2 worker down, that's gonna be 3, and that's gonna equal things. Alright, the first Darvish makes its way through. Yeah, single Camel Lancer kinda shuts this down, but yeah, what Pat really wants is to get worker kills, and he gets the 3rd worker. Yeah, unfortunately, MSN is just gonna push the front of the base here. It's Feudal versus Castle Age units, and these Desert Raiders, yeah, plus 36. But they are at 181 health instead of like 155. It's a lot of health. Oh, when the Scholar dies, the Scholar would have been so. It's just 1. But it's still so expensive, it costs 150 gold. Yeah, these Ghazi Raiders not great against the Camel Lancers, but they are really good against the villagers. And that really is what Pat needs to focus on. Pat did a lot of army, but too little too late. He needed to have won that big fight over for the Sacred Site. Pat barely has any gold, 10 on gold now. He's gonna try to age up, but yeah, I don't know how he can do it. The spears don't even engage well. Yeah, that was like a crappy fight for him, right? Oh, being forced into a farm transition. But it's 16 minutes. It's usually the time people do it, but right as you really need the reinforcements. Oh my, but killing villagers, it's 4 kills for Pat, the 3 for MSN. So Pat, yeah, leading the worker count for the first time in this game. Has 5 kills, gets the Desert Raiders killed. Yeah, but undoes some of the damage that MSN has done to him, but he's down in the tech department. Starts getting some of those kills, but now that the Camel Lancers are here, I think MSN just goes for it. Yeah, this army is gonna get reduced to ash here. These archers are just not good against the Camel Lancers, but they're good against the Desert Raiders, and killing those is important. 260 HP for the Camel Lancers. This is a good strategy for MSN if I ever saw one. I do expect to see worker kills left and right here. Okay, as the reinforcements show up, they might help to defend. Still, like they have the ranged armor, and they have so much HP they take so long to die, and Pat calls it. Yeah, that's a quick 2-0 for MSN. And MSN OP, right? Alright, let's see who we can raid. Let's go raid Eskia. Alright, take care, fellas. Alright, peace out, guys. See ya.